Jubile, what's up? So today's question is, what would you do if your 6-year-old daughter's favorite toy, the talking doll, started trying to convince her that she needed a new friend? The next doll in the company's line. Yeah, self-promotion of a toy line to children. I don't think like if it's advertised and then everyone knows that it does this kind of thing, like a Pokemon kind or toys of that nature. I mean, you knew what you were getting into. You knew what the kid was gonna get. But if in it was some like secret kind of maneuver thing or something that was trying to fly under the rug, it wasn't that kind of stuff's going to be secret forever because I'm pretty sure a lot of people would not appreciate that. I mean, promoting things to children, it's just nah, that's not a good look. It's preying on people who maybe don't have the best impulse control, and it's I think a pretty gross way of advertising, but it's a thing nonetheless. Maybe not as overt, or maybe as overt. No, maybe not as blatant as a toy telling a child to buy, more toys. But like the way the things are packaged, the colors, where they're placed in supermarkets, that kind of thing. It's always even like betting and that kind of stuff. They always want to target the people with the least amount of self control, people who can't say no, and I think that's pretty disgusting. Yeah, nah. So what would I do if my daughter was being told to buy more toys? Tell her, hey, I don't think this is very good for you. I don't think this is a uh, a toy that you should be playing with because it's trying to convince you to buy stuff and not that because you need stuff. And, maybe I'm not a parent also. I don't know. But like, yeah, you got to tell, I think you have to be honest to children, right? As honest as you can, depending on the child. And you got to let them know that no, that this isn't okay. And no, you're not going to play with these things anymore. Let's find something else to do and actually be playing with the child, having the child in your life instead of just throwing a toy at them and telling them, yeah, go play with that. So I think maybe if the kid really likes the toy, it's their favorite toy, right? They'll not really appreciate it being taken away, but they'll come to understand, especially if you treat them like an adult about it. Yeah, good question. So the other thing that I was going to talk about today is my opinion on star point systems. We like to review books. We use different ways to review those books. One of the easiest ways to review a book to get it across of how much you liked or disliked the book is through a star or point system. It's common. It's got many different varieties of like 1 to 5, 1 to 10, thumbs up, thumbs down, uh, should you buy it or not, that kind of stuff. Yeah. Um, I personally think I personally use a 5-star rating system. If I do ever have to give something a rating system, I'd much rather talk about its strengths and its weaknesses rather than just throw a number at you. But some people, that's all they want. They just want a quick and easy 4 out of 5, 7 out of 10, right? Okay, that's fair enough. People are gonna want what they want. So, doing what they want, that's fine. Whatever. Why a 5 out of 5 instead of a 10 or a thumbs up, thumbs down? I think that using 5 stars is plenty of space to convey your rating, I think. A 1 star is don't even bother. A 2 star is it needs a lot of work. A 3 star is it's pretty average, not that great, not that bad. 4 star is the sweet spot. Yours is where most things are going to land. This is, if it's worth your time. It's not the perfect thing, but it's worth your time. And a 5 star should be rarely used. And that should be, this is going to be the best book of the year. This may be even a book in your top 10. This stands amongst its contemporaries as peak. This is the top. This is what everybody should be striving to read, talk about, and be the most popular. And most likely it is. Why 5 and not 10? I also don't believe in half stars. Yes, a lot of people like to cut up their stars and well, it wasn't really a 2. It was more of a 2.5, a 3 4/5. Metric system carry the 2. No, that you're defeating the point, I think, of what this is for. This is for people who want to just know what they are getting quick and simple. You're making it too confusing by adding a whole bunch of math to it. Now, do you want to use a 3.5 star? Sure, you can do a 3.5 star, but don't use the 5 star system then. If you can't make it fit with whole numbers, do a 10 star system or 10-point system. And it's a 7 or an 8. I think also, if you're doing a star system, have it be, or a point system, have it be somewhere in the video, in the review, something of how you use it. Because a lot of people will make basically just a 3-point star, right? Like 2 and 1 are really, really out of line. People don't want to ever do a review of a 1 star, 2 star. Fine. That's your prerogative. That's how you want to do your reviews. That's fine. But if you're going to do that, then just do a 3-point star, right? Just, it was okay. It was good. And you should go and read it. I recommend it. Something like that. I personally don't mind doing 1 and 2 star reviews if the thing, deserves it. Why have it on your plate if you're not going to eat it? Why have it in your scale if you're not going to hit it, right? But yeah, that's just my opinion on the star point system, the reviews. Yeah, I don't think it's a popular opinion. I see a lot of people talking about how they want, certain things to be able to be cut up. And sure, that people are going to want what they want. But yeah, I don't. I think a 5 is fair enough. It'll get the job done. And if it doesn't, then, review your own review system. All right. Well, that was my answers for today. And I'll see you next Thursday. Later.